The final outcome is always so crazy to look at. It really just looks like I pasted in a JPEG. Hello and welcome back to another Roblox Draw Space video. Now there was a tad bit of a delay for this video. I did mention in my community post that I was having some major room renovations and rearrangements, basically cleaning every corner of my room and repainting walls and all of that stuff, so that explains the delay, but we're here now. So in my previous poll, I asked you guys which manga volume covers did you want me to do a study on first, Chainsaw Man or Jujutsu Kaisen? And this was the second option, I guess the runner-up option in that poll. And I know that makes the poll kind of redundant since I'm going to do two options anyway, but illusion of choice, I guess. Anyway, so the first volume cover study I did was on Jujutsu Kaisen. It was volume 27, I believe. So now this speed paint, we're going to be covering my all-time favorite Chainsaw Man volume cover, which is volume 5. So it's with like Katana Man and Chainsaw Man, and I just like how dynamic it is. I like how crazy the colors look. It was quite intimidating to see how I could approach these two characters. Basically, they're falling on top of each other. They have massive blades and chainsaws going everywhere, and like intestines in the foreground and background. I was like, how was I supposed to break this down? But I guess I kind of locked in and got my method down. I think you can see in the bottom right, there's 3 layers that I have now. So there's the sketch, the inking of the characters, and the sketch for the Japanese text, or like the Chainsaw Man title text itself. Yeah, thank goodness for that, because I don't think I would ever keep my sanity doing the sketch on one layer, like everything, like even like the background, foreground and stuff. But yeah, we're moving on quite swiftly here. We're already heading into the inking work. And since I was looking at a finalized illustration, it was really hard to see like what was pen line of the clothing and like the folds and creases that weren't like painted on afterwards. Yeah, this line work took a lot longer than I thought it would. The text itself I thought was going to take the longest, but yeah, the line work here was quite tough. And I've mentioned before, in these drawing games on Roblox, you can't really draw infinitely. You can see that counter on the bottom right. I have a 200,000 cap on how much I can draw. And I didn't expect this drawing to total up to 114,000 in that kind of 100,000 range. And I was not expecting it to take up that much, but that's just me working really big with these. I keep thinking I would work a little smaller, but then the more I build up on the drawing, like the more massive it gets. Yeah, I just wasn't expecting it to be this large in the end. I don't usually do this in my videos, like audibly anyway, but it would help if you guys would leave a like and comment on the video itself, and maybe even subscribe if you want to see more Roblox art videos like this in the future. Also, at the end of the video, we will be doing a side-by-side comparison of the volume cover at the end, just to see how close I got to the original thing. So yeah, stick around to the end of the video for that as well. When I was doing this study, I realized how the Chainsaw Man anime has like barely scratched the surface of the story, and it's kind of crazy. Like there was that Riz movie arc, or Reze, I forget how to pronounce it, with that movie. But man, the anime has a lot to catch up on, like a lot. Yeah, I was looking at this volume 5, and I was like, oh yeah, this is the Katana Man arc. And I was like, wow, only volume 5 was covered in the anime? Like, that was a crazy shock to me, like a crazy realization. And I really do hope they stick with that season 1 aesthetic. And I'm glad that the movie kept that season 1-esque vibe. Like, yes, they added colors, they added some more like, they definitely had the budget to do more spectacle and stuff like that, but they still kept the essence of season 1 in that movie. And I hope it continues in the anime run, like the regular show run. And while the anime was airing, I didn't realize how controversial the adaptation was. And I think it was just kind of ridiculous. I think the adaptation was perfect. Like, it knew how to be grounded, but it also knew how to like do the spectacle too. And I think that was also the reason for that color palette in the anime, was to keep it the cinematic feel, or like almost live action-y. And I love that. And apparently, and to this day, I'm kind of surprised with the mixed reception of it. Like, I bet there's mangas out there that would kill to have an adaptation like Chainsaw Man. And for anyone who has watched the anime, like the 12-episode run of Chainsaw Man, you know what, let me know in the comments, how did you feel about the Chainsaw Man anime adaptation? Did you like it, or like did you not? For me, I loved the anime adaptation, and the movie of course. Also, another mention, if you didn't know, the Chainsaw Man manga actually ended a little while back. And yeah, please hold your horses on opinions. Please no spoilers in the comments, please. Please don't discuss any manga spoilers. I have finished the manga as well. I knew it ended, but yeah, just hold any sort of opinion. I'm holding my opinion on that too. I'm low-key still marinating on the Chainsaw Man ending. No discussion of the ending in the comment section, please. And man, after all of that, we're still doing the line work, which is absolutely crazy. I did, in my editing software, I'd cranked the speed up to like the max here, and yeah, it was just a lot for the line work. Like, I think I'm barely finishing up on it right now. And I've actually had some ideas for other art videos. You probably don't know, but I'm really into the Souls games recently. So Elden Ring was my first Souls game, and I've been hooked on like the Souls franchise ever since. But I absolutely love those games now. I'm currently playing through, so I've beaten Elden Ring, I've beaten Dark Souls 3, currently playing through Sekiro and Bloodborne. So yeah, I'm really in the Souls game rotation at the moment. And maybe you guys want to see some artwork from those games as well. And I plan to revisit Spray Paint, that Roblox Spray Paint game, because I want to do some videos where I kind of implement the environment again. I kind of miss doing that. So yeah, I do plan to make some Souls game artwork as well, like less of studies and more like my own original artworks based on those Souls games. And I did just realize again that Elden Ring was getting a live action movie, Bloodborne is getting a rated R movie, and Sekiro is getting an anime. Like, it's, being a Souls fan, like, we are eating so good right now. But I am kind of skeptical about the Elden Ring movie, because like, I don't know how you're supposed to make a comprehensible movie in like an hour or 2 hour run with that game, because if you're an Elden Ring fan, you know how the story isn't linear. You have to kind of uncover it yourself, and there's so much branching lore and the shattering and the different endings. Like, I don't know how you're gonna boil this down to 2 or 3 hours. But yeah, I'm just thinking about the regular like film moviegoer, like how would they comprehend this Elden Ring world in that short amount of time? I feel like maybe it could have been a show instead, like an animated show, because I don't know about live action. But we'll just have to see for that. I can't wait for the rated R Bloodborne movie. I need to get through that. And again, a Sekiro anime, I need to finish Sekiro. And I don't know, if they're just retelling the Sekiro story in just like that anime format, maybe I won't like it as much, but we'll just have to see for that. But yeah, there's just a lot to look forward to. And I'm so glad I've never been one of those like, oh, games don't hit the same anymore. But essentially, Elden Ring has completely altered my like brain chemistry. I'm now like open to not just Souls games, but single player games in general. So yeah, I want to thank Elden Ring for getting me out of the competitive shooter game space and into some cool single player games. I might even give Skyrim a try. Fallout. Like, there's a lot of good single player games out there that I'm finally open to because of Elden Ring. Anyway, gaming tangent aside, you can see that we're finally moving on to like the color and the rendering. This is kind of a tough one because I'm pretty sure this cover was also traditionally colored in and like traditionally drawn, because a lot of the dark shading you're seeing here and the highlights you'll eventually see are like all done with like felt tip or something like that, like a very inky or like Copic marker. So I'm reducing the transparency here to give off that Copic marker style toning and rendering. But the coloring was also pretty tough here, because a lot of it was like smooth, gradual transitions from blue, purple and pink. Like, there was a lot of subtlety to the color transitions. And you might have seen a jump there. Unfortunately, I did start doing the highlights before pressing record, and yeah, that was quite unfortunate. I apologize for that. It's been starting to happen a lot more often for some reason. I've just been jumping the gun a little too often recently. I think I just lock in way too hard. Here with all the particles and the green blood and stuff, the fountain pencil was actually quite good with the blood splattery decals on like the text itself. I'm surprised of how well it was able to replicate that splatter, that inconsistent splatter look. And yeah, you might have seen that quick fan art someone did of the Bomb Devil. That was just like a quick little conversation there because I recognized their artwork. I think I was in a server with them ages ago, I think filming another video, and yeah, it was a crazy coincidence that we managed to see each other again there. Cool art, by the way. Onto the text, that number 5 has been like butchered a few times. I kind of wish I went back on that a little bit more, but with this Japanese text here, I'm quite surprised with how like decently accurate I got the positioning of them, to be honest. And there you have it, volume 5 of Chainsaw Man, and it was so big I had to turn it the other way around to screenshot. But anyway, here's a comparison, and you can see maybe I could have made it a lot more saturated. Some positioning is off, but I feel like I surprised myself with that text positioning, to be honest. The rainbow text low-key kinda one-to-one, which is kind of blowing my mind the more I look at it. But overall, quite a solid attempt. Thank you guys again for watching. Remember to leave a like and comment and subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next video.